Welcome to a brand new year and a brand new video. Thanks for tuning in. Why are we jumping into this freezing cold lake on January 1st, you might ask? Because we are jump starting our year.
and we do it every year.
And we do it every year. So we are jumping into purpose this year. We are jumping into intentionality, and we're jumping into some freezing cold water. So.
And side note, we did consult our physician, so this one will be fine.
Don't go calling CPS on us. Doctor gave the 2 thumbs up that Megan jumping in pregnant is fine, although mildly crazy, and she did question our sanity. But all that aside, here's the 2019.
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Brr, I'm still shivering from that cold water. If you want to see how that video ended, you've got to stick around to the end. I know, typical YouTuber leaving you hanging, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Welcome to January 1st and a brand new year, brand new video. So excited to see you guys. If you're new here, we make videos the first of every month. This channel is all about becoming your best self, making the version of yourself that you want to be, one small decision at a time. 45% of our everyday behavior is driven by habits, which is a little bit scary if our habits aren't exactly on point. And so I want to focus on 3 game-changing habits that will radically, ridiculously rock your new year if you choose to do them. First, gratitude. Say it with me, gratitude. I want you to practice gratitude. There are very few habits that have a more holistic impact on your mind and your body than gratitude. It impacts your mood, it impacts your attitude, it impacts the way that you think about yourself, your situations, and other people. Gratitude is powerful, yet it is so under-practiced. See, anything that we're good at, we have to practice, right? That's why some of you still struggle with driving a stick shift or not looking at the keys when you're typing because you haven't practiced. But anything that we're good at, we have practiced and we have gotten better at. Gratitude is just the exact same. Simply put, gratitude can be as simple as expressing thanks for the people in your life who have positively impacted you. Maybe that's just giving your mom a hug and saying thank you every morning because she makes your lunch before you go to school. Or maybe that's sending an email to that teacher or coach who put in that extra time for you. Expressing gratitude not only impacts the people on the receiving end, but selfishly it impacts us so much. Now you might be thinking, I don't have anything to be grateful about. Maybe Christmas didn't go the way that you wanted it to, and maybe this has been a really difficult year, and maybe you have things in your life that just seem to be falling apart. But I want you to dig a little deeper, because every single one of us, no matter where you are, who you are, or what you're going through, have something to be grateful for. Just the fact that you're watching this video, likely on a mobile device or a computer that you possibly own, puts you in the wealthiest 10% of people on the planet. Now I know that you don't have everything that you want and things in your life aren't exactly maybe all lined up, but we can be thankful and grateful that we have shoes on our feet, or maybe you ate a meal yesterday, or you slept in a bed. If you have one person in your life that you get to hug, or that maybe speaks positively toward you, we can be grateful. And even in the face of difficulty or disaster, we can still be thankful. Maybe you're going through something horrific right now, like the divorce of parents. That's terrible, and it is life-altering, and it just seems to consume everything. But practicing gratitude in the face of difficulty or disaster can often be game-changing. Yes, maybe your parents are getting a divorce, but they're still alive, and you get to see them. There are people who are going through a death of a parent right now. And maybe you are, and maybe you're like, this is terrible, there's nothing to be thankful for. And I'm not belittling what you're going through. But if we dig a little deeper, we can find things to be grateful for and express gratitude even in the face of difficulty. Gratitude is a game changer. Don't believe me? Studies have shown that people who write down 5 things a week 5 things a week that they're grateful for have had shown an increase in happiness and contentment with their lives of upwards of 25%. See, gratitude triggers the release of dopamine and serotonin in our brains. And both of those have a huge impact on our mood and our attitude and the way that we think about ourselves and our life. See, practicing gratitude, even in small ways, can have a huge impact on not only our attitude and mood, but it also increases productivity, improves our overall sleep, decreases stress, decreases anxiety and depression, and it increases your number of views that you'll get on your YouTube videos. No, I'm just kidding. That is completely false. It doesn't work at all. But it has a huge impact on so many different areas of our life. The second game-changing keystone habit is being intentional with the first 10 and the last 10 minutes of every day. I want you to stop for a second. Literally pause the video for 1 second and think about, what does the first 10 seconds of your day look like? Maybe you're scrolling through a feed to wake up your mind. Maybe you're groggily reaching over and hitting snooze 16 times as you roll back to sleep, convincing yourself that you're getting better sleep and that you need it. Maybe you drag yourself to the mirror and pick apart all the things that are wrong about yourself or your face or the day that looms ahead of you. So many of us don't really think about being intentional with the first 10 or the last 10 minutes of the day. We fall asleep watching a Netflix episode or swiping through a feed or watching what other people are doing with their lives or running through the laundry list of worries in our head of what tomorrow may hold. And then we wonder why we don't sleep and we wonder why we're miserable as we start the day. Man, those first 10 and last 10 minutes are precious. Studies have shown that those 10 minutes have a humongous impact on the rest of the day. The way we start our day and those habits, whether that's of exercise, eating healthy, maybe it's a positive affirmation that we just bathe ourselves in, has a huge impact on every minute that we will live out the rest of that day. What if instead of waking up your brain with swiping through your Instagram feed, which studies have shown actually decrease your level of contentment with your life and decrease your level of confidence, what if you woke up your brain with some exercise? Maybe you stood on your bed, arms open wide, ready to fight the day and say, I am strong. I am courageous. I have the power to change and impact somebody's life today. I'm going to be my best self. I'm going to fight for myself today. I know that sounds super corny and super stupid, and many of you are rolling your eyes at me right now, but try it for 1 week and then email me and tell me that I'm a lunatic or that I'm a liar. It's not going to happen. I promise you. Kicking off the day in the right way, finishing the day with calming our thoughts and thinking about what we could have done better that day or what we were thankful for that day, practicing that gratitude, has a huge impact, and I promise you, you won't regret it. The third keystone habit that I want you to focus on this year is to guard the intake of your life. And I'm going to make this real simple for you. 3 areas that we need to guard: food, thoughts, media. Food and drink is absolutely key. And I'm not going to get all health teacher on you right now and give you a nutrition lesson, but I will tell you this. Your body makes thousands upon thousands of new cells every day, and it makes them out of the material that we put in our mouths. And so when we put unhealthy food and drink in our body, we're actually creating ourself from what we're eating. It's vitally important and will radically impact your energy, your mood, and your overall attitude to be eating healthy food. Second area is our thoughts. Now, I recently just read this book. It's called I Declare War by Levi Lusko, 4 Keys to Winning the Battle Within. And this is not a sponsored thing or a partnership thing. This is just an amazing book that wrecked my life in the best way possible. He talks about in the book how our thought life is so important to protect. And this is terrible for me because I often let thoughts run wild and then I end up feeling terrible about myself. So I tuned in. He said that we need to install a TSA agent, you know, like the ones at the airport with the fancy uniforms that have way too much power and are often very grouchy. We need to install a TSA agent in our brain that asks every single thought that's about to enter, what is your purpose? How long do you plan on staying? And what is the intention of your visit? Oftentimes, it's not the other people in our lives that are ruining our joy or killing our contentment, it's our own thoughts. And if we protect our thought life and what we allow ourselves to chew on and wrestle with and believe about ourselves, we can radically impact our outward life and how we interact with other real people. And by installing that TSA agent and protecting the thoughts that we allow ourselves to think, we allow ourselves to gain control over our thoughts rather than our thoughts gaining control over us. The third area is media, and I've already touched on this a little bit and I've talked about it in previous videos, so I'm not going to get into it too much, but we need to protect the intake of media. Now, I don't know what your media monster is, whether it's Instagram or it's Snapchat or maybe it's Hulu or CNN or Facebook or BuzzFeed or video games or Pinterest or magazines. I want you to ask these 3 interrogating questions. First, is this making me a better person? Second, does this make me feel better or worse about myself? And third, does this make me have an unhealthy satisfaction with my life, my possessions, my appearance, or my current season of life? I don't know about you, and I'm just gonna be real with you guys for a second, but Instagram is my media monster of choice. That stinking screen time app on my phone tells me that I spend 33 minutes a day on Instagram. And I ask myself these questions. Is my time on Instagram making me a better person? Does it make me feel less content with myself or my station in life or who I am as a person? And I answered, no, it's not making me a better person. And yes, it is making me more dissatisfied. I will never preach something to you that I'm not willing to practice in my own life. So my wife and I this last month, we deleted Instagram off of our phones. We didn't delete the account, but we deleted it off of our phones, which prevents us from scrolling and swiping through everybody's feed and seeing what they're doing while I'm at work or while I'm hanging out with my son. And it's vitally important to be very critical about the areas and the media monsters in our life that we flood our thoughts with and we actually build our own perception of ourselves and our life off of. So being critical with media and food and thoughts and guarding the intake of our life, it's going to be a game changer in 2019. All of these things you can do yourself. You don't need a college degree. You don't need a therapist. You don't need anything. You just need to be intentional. You need to sit down and do it. And then wake up tomorrow and do it again. Because anything worth doing is worth repeating. Thanks so much for watching. We love hearing from you guys in the comments or via emails, and we will have a new video for you the first of every month. Comment below on what you want the next video to be about. I've already got a ton of suggestions from the last video, so many more suggestions than I have time to make videos for, but I love hearing your suggestions, and I love hearing from you guys. So let's go watch that rest of that clip. Get him! Oh my God! Ah! Oh! Caleb, we did it! We did it! Fist bump! Cold fist bump! Boom! Oh my gosh! So here's to the best year of your life. Consider subscribing. Come back first of every month as we got a new video made just for you. I'm gonna go get in that nice warm car. See you guys next month.